When I was a young person, I began my career as an actress. Whenever my mother was free to drive me to Manhattan for audition, I would take the train from South Street, New Jersey, and meet my father, who would have left his desk at the law office where he worked, and we would, under the upper flight, arrive at department signing pension. We would then get into subway together, and when we surfaced, he would ask me, which way is north? I was very good at finding north at the beginning, but I auditioned Pearl Martin, so Dad kept asking me, which way is north? Over time, I got better at finding it. I was struck by that memory yesterday while the boarding plane to come here. Not just by how my life has come since then, but by meaningful seeing this small lesson has been. When I was still a child, my father developed my sense of direction, and now, as an adult, I trust my ability to navigate space. My father helped give me a confidence, guide myself through the world. In late March last year, 2016, I became a parent for the first time. I remember it indescribable as I understand the pretty universal experience holding my week-old son and feeling my priority change on a cellular level. I remember experiencing the shift in consciousness that gave me ability to maintain my love of career. Cherish something else, someone else, so much is much more. Like so many parents wondering how I was going to balance the workload of my new role as a parent. In that moment, I remember that the statistic U.S. policy maternity leave placed in my mind. American will currently entitled 20 weeks unpaid leave. American men entitled to nothing. That information later developed for me. 1 week after my son birth, I could barely walk. That information landed differently when I was getting to know him, who was completely dependent on my husband and left everything. When I was dependent on my husband for most things, and when we were related everything, we thought we knew about family and relations. It landed differently. Somehow, we, every American parents, were expected to be back to normal in under 3 months. Without income, I remember thinking of myself, if the practical reality, pregnancy another month paid in your home, and America is a country where most people are living paycheck to paycheck, how does 12 weeks unpaid leave economically work? The truth for too many people is doesn't. One is for American go back to work 2 weeks after giving birth because they can't afford to take any more time off. That's 20% American women. Equally disturbing, women full 12 often doesn't because it will mean incurring motherhood pain, meaning they will be perceived as a lead schedule. Their job will be passed over promotion and other career advancement. In my own household, my mother had to choose between a career and raising 3 children, a choice that left her paid, underappreciated homemaker, because there just was for the both paths. The memory of being in the city with my dad is particularly meaningful since he was sort of breadwinner in a house, and my brother and the time with him was already limited how much he had worked. And we were incredibly privileged family. Our hardships stopped over their family's dream. The deeper into the same path apparently live I, clear I see the connection between persisting embarrassed women's poorly quality power and the need to lead upon, and in some cases, dictating men's role caregivers. In other words, the assumed and common practice that women and girls look after home and family is substantial very real stereotype not only discriminated against women, the limited men's participation, connection with the family and society. These limits with both raising and the significant effect to them and the children. We know this. So why do we continue undervalue fathers and overburden mothers? Paid parental leave is not about taking days off work. It's about creating freedom to define rules, to choose how to invest time, and establish new positive cycles of behavior. Companies that have offered paid parental leave for employers have reported improved employee retention, reduced absences and training costs, a boost productivity and morale. Far from not being able to have paid, it seems we can afford not to. In fact, a study in Sweden showed that every month fathers took maternity leave, mother income increased by 60.7%. That's 60.7% more economic period for whole family. Data from the International Gender Equality Service show the most fathers report that they would work less if less meant they could spend more time picking up on the thread that Prime Minister Wednesday. I'd like to ask how many of us here today saw our daddy enough growing up? How many of you dads here see your kid enough now? We need to help each other if we are going to grow. I am issuing a call action for country, companies, and institutions globally to step up and become champions paid paternal leave. In 2013, provision for maternal leave were only 60 countries of 190 UN member states. I look forward to beginning with the UN itself, which has not yet achieved parity, whose paid paternal leave parity currently upon review and economically punished for returning to be parents. I don't mean to imply you need to have children cared about and benefit from this issue. Whether or not you have or wanted kids, you will benefit by living more involved world with policies on based on gender. We all benefit from living in a more competition time, where our needs do not make a pool of human. Maternity leave, any workplace based on gender can, as a moment in history, only a cleared case. Those illustrated make it easier for men we know now, creative percept of as being convenient to the workplace. We now change men to an emotionally limited path, and it cannot, by definition, serve the reality of work, which there is more than one type of family. Because in the modern world, some families have two added. How exactly does maternal leave serve them? On International World Day, I would like to thank all of those who went including current policy. Let us honor them, build upon what they started by shifting our language and our conscience away from gender toward equality. Let us honor our own parents' schools by creating the path for the welfare, further directing to define all of our lives, especially the lives of our children. Because paid parental leave does more than give more time for parents to spend with their kids. It changes the story what children observe and will from themselves imagine possible. I see cause for hope. In my own country, the United States, currently the only high-income country in the world, out without paid, let alone parental leave. Great work has begun in the state of New York, California, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Washington, which is currently implementing paid parental leave programs. Government employee bringing up a child cannot just be a responsibility of those who need it most. We must have the support those at the highest level of power if we ever achieve parity. That's why it is such an honor to recognize pioneers paid like the global company Dino. Today I am proud of announce that the global CEO Emmanuel Pepper as our economic he for strategic champion to pay the panel leave. As part of this announcement, Dana will implement the global 18 weeks gender neutral paid parental leave policy for companies 100,000 employees 5 years